Hello everyone. In the last session, we were studying about the DNA versus RNA, the comparison between the DNA and RNA. With that, we also studied the general properties of DNA. In this session, we are going to study about the replication. Replication in sense, first I will give the experimental proof for the replication. The DNA replicates by itself. We'll have a note on that. Later on, we'll see how the process continues. So as you know, the DNA, the structure, it looks like this, right? So this is the structure of DNA. At the time of replication, the two strands opens, and each strand, how it opens, it needs some enzymes. Okay, so those enzymes and the things, everything will observe in the next session. When we'll come to that concept, I'll teach you. But today, remember, we are studying the replication of DNA, experimental proof. Okay, so as you know, the DNA, it looks like this. Alright, the double helical model of DNA. It opens. At certain point it opens, and each strand act as template for the synthesis of new strand of DNA. One more strand comes and coil here, and one more strand comes and coil with this old strand, and now we can see from the old strand, from the old DNA molecule, we can see the new synthesized DNA. Is this really possible? Is this really happening in the organisms? To prove that, Matthew Michelson and Franklin Stahl in 1958, where we are in the replication of DNA. It consists of three concepts. The very first concept is the experimental proof. So, the replication of DNA takes place in all organisms. To prove that, Matthew Michelson and Franklin Stahl these two scientists in 1958, what they did, they gave a proof in the form of experiment, or they conducted some experiment and they gave as a proof, and they proved that yes, really the DNA replicates by itself. How they proved, how they conducted the experiment, we'll see that. The scientists, they grew, the first step I'm writing here, they grew E. coli bacteria for the experiment. Which organism they have selected? They have selected the Escherichia coli. Why so? Because it replicates, or the cell divide in every 20 minutes. For 20 minutes, one cell divides into two cells. Alright, so E. coli, they give E. coli in the medium. Whenever I say they cultured the E. coli, or they cultured the organisms in the medium, what you have to thought? You have to thought you have to guess, like you have a Petri plate, in that you have a medium, and in that E. coli bacteria are growing. So this is how you have to imagine. So next is in the medium. The very important thing is in the medium sodium chloride. They added the sodium chloride. The sodium chloride, this sodium is, or sorry, nitrogen is, particular, this is a heavy isotope. Okay. So in this media or in this medium, whatever they have added sodium chloride, in that sodium chloride, this nitrogen is acting as a, or whatever they have selected in that, this what is this, sodium is a heavy compound, a heavy isotope. Okay, so don't forget nitrogen, it is a chemical composition of DNA. Whenever the E. coli, it replicates or it multiply, when it need to synthesize its genetic material, it takes up this nitrogen, a heavy isotope. Okay, so when this nitrogen, a heavy isotope, incorporated in the E. coli genetic material, consider E. coli genetic material, it has N15 heavy isotope incorporated inside the genetic material. Okay, so after this, after the cultivation, after the culturing of E. coli, after some time, they centrifuge this E. coli in the test tube, like they pour the what is that, media, or they pour the organism and the media inside the test tube. With that, they also added a normal DNA and cesium chloride in the form of media. Okay, so with the E. coli, they added normal DNA and cesium chloride, and then they centrifuged all these content. What happened next? In the next step, the heavier particle, the high density particles get settled at the bottom of the test tube. After centrifugation, the heavy density, heavy compound materials get settled in at the bottom of, what is that, test tube. Okay, so when they tested the bottom layer, the pallet, they got the genetic material, or they got, like, I'll draw like this. So this is the DNA. That DNA, it utilizes the sodium heavy isotope in the form of chemical composition. The DNA, now this DNA which is present in the E. coli, that is used this heavy isotope found at the bottom of this test tube when they centrifuged this. Okay, now don't forget this. We have to take with this heavy isotope DNA, heavy isotope containing DNA. Again further we have to continue the experiment. So remember here, this DNA, this strand also incorporated by heavy isotope nitrogen, and this strand also incorporated by N15 heavy isotope nitrogen. Now the DNA material, or consider a complete one cell having this type of genetic material, again they cultured what they did, again they cultured the next step. So this is the second step what I am telling you here. The N15 DNA or DNA molecule cultured in the DNA molecule or N15 containing E. coli bacteria cultured in the same compound, but this time they did not selected the heavier isotope. Instead of N15 they selected the N14 nitrogen. And let me tell you, N15 is a heavy isotope, N14 is the lighter isotope, a normal one, normal nitrogen. When E. coli cultured again inside the medium containing this molecules. Okay, this time what will happen? Already we had an E. coli with this type of DNA, in sense with this type of these two strands are made of an heavy isotope found at the bottom of the test tube, okay, when they centrifuge the content. Alright, so let me tell you one more thing here, why they chosen the cesium chloride. So cesium chloride is a heavy density, higher density solution. When it get mixes with the E. coli and normal DNA, it gets settled at the bottom with the cesium chloride. The DNA also, or this E. coli having heavy isotope nitrogen, that also gets settled at the bottom, so that it will become easier to distinguish which is a normal DNA and which is the heavier. So in the next step what we are learning? We are learning the same thing, but this time Michelson and Stahl, what they did, they cultured the E. coli. Don't forget, E. coli nitrogen is incorporated by this heavy isotope. This time they cultured the E. coli with the normal sodium chloride. Now what will happen? The density is more in this DNA. All right. So when what will happen here? So this DNA strand, when it replicates, as I told you, it opens. Actually replication takes place by means of three procedures or three steps, or sorry, three types. In your syllabus they have given only one type, that is semi-conservative pathway. One more type is there. A complete two strands get separate these two strands get separate, one more strand come and coiled with the old strand. Okay, so this is also a type of replication. Okay, so based on this type of replication we will study here. So let me tell you, after 20 minutes what he did, after when he poured the E. coli inside the sodium chloride, which is having a normal nitrogen, After 20 minutes, after 20 minutes, what he did? He take up some of the organisms. By the time at this time, the organism, the E. coli, it has divided. Only it has completed one generation. It means one generation means, consider if it is a E. coli, this E. coli reproduces into 2. It means what? The DNA also replicated inside these cells. So when he tested these cells, let me draw this diagram. I am going to label these strands as A and B. This strand as this strand as A and this strand as B. Okay, I am going to label this. When it separates strand A and strand B, why it get open? Only for the replication. It act as a template. It is ready to coil with the new strand, new molecule of DNA now. One new DNA molecule coils around this old strand. So consider this is strand A and strand B. Alright, one more new strand coils to the new old one. Alright, so before we had old strands here, where it opens and when it gets separate, one new strand coils to the old strand, one more new strand coils to the old strand. And now what you have to think, what you have to remember with this, the new strand is made of N14 nitrogen, which is present in the media provided by Michelson and Stahl. So in the second step, what is their intention? Their intention is E. coli must take up this nitrogen, N14 nitrogen, in the DNA chemical composition, so that they can distinguish the N15 heavy isotope DNA molecule and N14 a lighter DNA or normal DNA molecule. When they centrifuge this cells, when they centrifuge these cells, let me draw this. Earlier in the centrifugation, they found the organisms settled at the bottom, right? But the second time, when they centrifuge the content, they found the intermediate. At the intermediate, the DNA molecules or the cells were present at the intermediate level. It was not at the bottom and it was not floating on the test tube, like it was not at the top level, but it is present at the intermediate level. Why? Because it has one strand having heavy isotope and one strand is a normal isotope, is made of normal isotope. The same thing happened with this strand also. Okay, now this is the test, or this is the centrifugation done soon after 20 minutes. Why so? Because after 20 minutes the E. coli, it get divide into two. Here they took few of the E. coli put it in the centrifugation, they rotate, they spin the test tube, and they got an intermediate level. The intermediate what is this? Cells. At the intermediate level, he found something. When he tested the cells, he got one of the strand is made of N15 isotope and one strand is made of N14 isotope. Now, after 40 minutes, so this is the first generation after 20 minutes. After 40 minutes, what is going to happen? The E. coli, what it gets separated into two again. It forms few more cells. So consider this as the first generation. After 40 minutes, like this is the first, second cell, third cell and fourth cell. These two are the resultant cells from the cell, and these two are the resultant from this cell. And don't forget, these two first generation cells are having a hybrid DNA, which is nothing but N14 and N15, and this is also having a hybrid DNA. It is nothing but N14 and N15 isotopes. Alright, hybrid means here it is having a normal nitrogen chemical composition. The old strand is made of a heavier isotope. That's why we are going to call that as hybrid DNA or hybrid. Hybrid in sense N14 and N15. Only to make you understand, they conducted series of experiment. They conducted or they cultured the cells on different medium only to test the DNA. These DNAs are actually replicate itself. Now, we'll check in the next generation, in the second generation, after 40 minutes, what is going to happen? So, as we labeled here, this strand as strand A, this strand as strand B. And don't forget the medium. The medium is containing the normal sodium chloride and normal nitrogen N14, which is a light in weight. So, we must draw 4 DNA materials because in the fourth generation we got 4 cells. Consider this strand as N14 and let me start from N15, strand A and strand B. To this N14 strand and N14 strand, a newly synthesized strand coiled around. 2 more we should draw here. One more I'll draw here. Look at this. This strand when these two strands, when it open, one strand will come here, one strand N14 strand will come here. This strand and one more strand, these two are the newly synthesized strands which is coiling to the old strands. Coming to this DNA strand, double helical model, they too opens, and how it forms? So the B strand is here, so this is the newly synthesized strand, and one more strand N14 strand is here, and this is the newly synthesized strand. The newly synthesized strand also having the N14 isotope containing DNA molecule. And when he centrifuge these cells, don't forget these cells are containing these 4 different types of DNA materials inside them. When he centrifuge those cells, the result was he find the material, DNA material, some of the DNA material floating at the top of this test tube, and few of the cells were come back to the intermediate position. Why so? Because here we can observe, here both the strands are made of N14 and N14. Though and there also N14 and N14 strands, those are made of a normal sodium, or sorry, normal nitrogen. Those make up to this point, they'll stay at the top of the test tube because those are a lightweight, a normal nitrogen content. But coming to these strands, these two strands having a heavy isotope, with only in one strand they containing heavy isotope, and one more strand is a newly synthesized strand. That newly synthesized strand is made of N14 strand or N14 chemical composition that comes to the intermediate position. It is not a heavy material. If it is a heavy material, that will sink to the bottom of the test tube. If it is a lighter material, it will be floating on the top of the test tube, because it is having one strand, because it is having heavy isotope in the one strand, it will be at the intermediate position, or you can call it as a hybrid one. So at the intermediate position, N14 and N15 hybrid strand, and here N14 and N14. So this is also, so this is the second centrifugation tested by Michelson and Stahl. This is the hybrid one containing N14 and N15, and this is the heavier isotope containing DNA material, sinks down at the test tube, and it is made of N15 and N15. Okay, so every time they used to ask for 5 mark to write the experimental proof for replication of DNA. If they ask like that, don't forget any of these concepts. But don't write this E. coli bacteria and all. If you write the DNA material or DNA strands, that will be more than enough. And let me tell you one more thing here. So I didn't give any explanation regarding the RNA, because when I start doing the transcription, I'll start telling you about the RNA. According to your NCERT book, they have given RNA word. So that is not much important RNA world. When I start telling the transcription and structure of tRNA, I'll tell the content of RNA world. After this experimental proof, we'll see the replication, semi-conservative pathway or enzyme involved in the replication. Okay, so if you have any doubt regarding to this, regarding today's concept, please ask me. If you have any doubt regarding to this, what is this, first generation and second generation, or 20-minute or 40-minute, and the culture media, there are two types of medias or mediums they used. One is NH4Cl, where N is a heavy isotope. So this content used in the first experiment or first culturing, when they start culturing the E. coli for the first time, he used this in the medium. Okay, so in the next when they start doing the next when they start culturing the E. coli for the second time, they used sodium chloride, but this time they choose the N14, which is a normal one, compared to N15 isotope. Okay, don't forget this in your description. All right, thank you.